We are keeping an eye on a large group of people who have gathered on the State House grounds. And we are seeing a number of, well, you are seeing right now, geared up law enforcement officers who've just made the walk forward to push back some of the people who have gathered on the steps. They've been there for at least an hour tonight. Just across the street to the north of the State House, we've seen a number of people in this crowd who looked like they were starting to get into a fight. We want to check in with KCCI's Kayla James. She's there at the scene. Kayla, what are you seeing?
Yeah, Stacy, I'm kind of a little far off, but for a while it looked like they all had gotten into a little fight with each other. But right now we're just looking at a crowd of protesters. I haven't seen anything thrown, so I'm still going to call this a peaceful protest. Haven't seen anything thrown from either side, but we're kind of seeing the group kind of divided along Grand Avenue. You see some across the street, and you see some here on the property of the State House, Stacy.
We have seen protesters, Kayla, leave from time to time here. We've been watching this feed that you guys are providing for us live, even though we haven't been broadcasting it the whole time. We see a couple of them there. People have been leaving. How many do you think are left?
I would say maybe a little over 100 people are left. Around a little over 100 people are left there. You know, it's come a long way, Steve, as you know, from when we first started coverage earlier. But we saw a good amount of people in this group leave maybe 15, 20 minutes ago. So these are who remain right now, Steve.
Kayla, any word on orders of dispersal?
No word on that yet from the Iowa State Patrol. Sounds like they are the ones leading it here at the State House. That's what we've seen over the last few nights, especially last night and here on tonight. Not a word on that yet, Stacy.
Yeah, and what Stacy means by that is last night the Iowa State Patrol Tactical Unit, which it looks like that is what is there. Those are the people who generally, quote, defend the Capitol building. What they did last night is they gave that order 3 times, but between each dispersal order, community leaders like State Representative Akeo Abdul Samad and others would urge these people to leave. I mean, they gave them opportunities to leave, then they didn't leave, and that's when we saw the tear gas being shot into the crowd, and then flashbang grenades too. So it looks like the Iowa State Patrol Tactical Unit is just standing there side by side. Is Chris Gothner still there? Chris, what are you seeing?
Yep, I am here. Yeah. Basically, what you're seeing is that State Patrol unit standing side by side. It looks like there are some community leaders there in those yellow vests, those very bright fluorescent yellow vests. You know, as Akeo Abdul Samad has worked tirelessly throughout these past few days to try to diffuse situations, along with folks like Rob Johnson, Al Womble, and a number of others. Again, like Kayla said, I would say so far things have remained peaceful, although it does seem like there may be perhaps a dispersal order coming down the line here as the State Patrol has kind of moved a little bit closer to the protesters since we last spoke. But I will also say that, as you all were saying, there have been quite a few of the protesters leaving tonight. They've been heading towards downtown and it's not in any sort of organized groups, so I think some of them are tapping out for the night. But there is a smaller group still up there, and it appears that it's hard to hear exactly what everybody's saying. I can hear some stuff over a megaphone at the moment. Not exactly sure who's talking. It looks like we're seeing some folks move away at this point. They're moving further away from the Capitol, as photographer Spencer Vaughn's showing you there. Not sure if they're heading home for the night, but it does seem like things are, a lot of people are leaving, it seems like, or at least crossing the street and getting further back. In fact, you know, if I take a little look here, yeah, you can see a lot of people are leaving. So
we've seen a lot of people move from the State House. We've seen a lot of people, Chris, move from the State House steps and cross the street to the north side of the building. We saw a scrum of people, it looked like getting into a fight. You may not have been able to see it with your eyes, but photojournalist Spencer Vaughn had the camera on it. We were able to see it. I'm wondering if that was a fair assessment of what was happening.
That does seem like what was occurring. It did seem like there was some sort of fight occurring. Obviously not sure what caused it or whatnot, but that did seem like what was happening. A lot of distance now between the group and law enforcement at this point. Spencer, do you see anybody particularly close to law enforcement at this point, or does it seem like everybody's left?
None at all. They've gone down the stairs. Most of them are standing down on Grand Avenue now.
Yeah, Spencer, did you see like Akeo talking to them?
Yeah, in fact, Akeo is about the middle of the shot right now. Last I saw him, he was walking around there. So Akeo and the group of community leaders were still talking to these folks and trying to get them out of there.
Yeah, and that has been basically Akeo Abdul Samad.
You can see Akeo right in the middle of the shot right now.
That is basically almost seemingly a full-time job for State Representative Akeo Abdul Samad lately, has been trying to calm things down. We continue to see more folks leaving, and again, I'll repeat that so far, everything has remained peaceful as far as I'm concerned. I haven't seen any, well, now we see the State Patrol advancing, so we're not sure what's going to happen here. It does seem like they're trying to clear some of the remaining people out. Okay, now it looks like they might have stopped, but again, a lot of people are leaving, and things have remained peaceful at this point. Tense, certainly tense, but peaceful at this juncture. Steve, Stacy.
Okay, thank you very much, Chris. You guys stay right there, and please keep your eye on this. Let's remind everybody what this is all about. These young people are seeking justice for black and brown people and their treatment by the police. A week ago last night, a man by the name of George Floyd was in the custody of the Minneapolis police. 3 officers held him down, and another officer placed his neck on George Floyd's neck for 8 minutes and 46 seconds. He died after his time in police custody. The officer, Derek Chauvin, who did have his knee on Floyd's neck, is now charged with murder. The other 3 officers who were involved have not been charged so far. So that was a week ago last night. This, of course, has sparked protests all over the country, in cities large and small, and even around the world. So this is what, Stacy, our 5th night of protests here in Des Moines?
That's right. We've had protests start on Friday night, and they would start in a peaceful manner. And then we've learned that the lawless acts of a few people in these groups have then kind of tried to hijack the message of peace and change. And so that's why we've been covering these things for you live well after midnight. The Polk County, in fact, because of the violence and the danger to people and to property, put into effect a curfew on Monday from 9 p.m. through 5 a.m. And it's still in effect tonight. You see a number of people not obeying that curfew, and now also the mayor of West Des Moines has put into effect a curfew of the same time period from 9 p.m. to 5 a.m. We're just hoping for everyone to leave these meetings peacefully and safely. We don't want to see any more vandalism and graffiti and people being injured and arrested.
Yeah, and we do want to let people know that in talking with community leaders like Akeo Abdul Samad, Reverend Rob Johnson, Al Womble, they have told us that the vast majority of these mostly young people are just seeking racial justice. They are peaceful protesters. They want change to be made. But the Des Moines Police Department did tell us last night, wow, as things really are clearing out here, they did tell us last night they are concerned about outside agitators. They have evidence that there are people here just to cause trouble. So let's go back to KCCI's Kayla James. She's there. Kayla, A lot of people just walked by our camera. How many are left?
Steve, I'd say maybe 20 to 30 are left right now, not more than that. They're kind of in front of the State House. That's what we have left right now, that group that you're now seeing over here, as Iowa State Patrol teams and police officers do move forward. I do know that they have read the order 3 times. Sergeant Dinkla has just confirmed to me they have read the dispersal order 3 times, and they are now moving forward.
We want our narrative to be like it is peaceful.
And we know that just because the folks are being moved away from the state Capitol building, they're not necessarily going home. Last night, the protesters were moving away from the state capitol, but continued to walk around in parts of downtown. We do see some folks running away to the north there, away from the State House.
And there were 56 arrests last night, so there were some people who were causing enough trouble to the point where they were taken into custody. So yes, we do see people walking away there. Kayla, Chris, do either one of you have a good enough vantage point to see if there's any interaction between the State Patrol officers and any of the protesters?
Hey,
Steve,
can you hear us, Steve? Well, it looks like I think most people. Oh, okay.
Right.
Sorry, what was that? What was that bang?
Let me check and see if.
Chris, go ahead.
Hey, sorry. So we were just talking to some of the protesters here who, again, they say they are peaceful, and they say things last night were peaceful. They argue that police escalated the matter last night, and that's the message they want to get out. Again, we see looks like police are moving back right now, and again, I will say things have been peaceful tonight. We have not seen really much of anything, and it looks like most people have cleared out of here. As far as I know, I can't really, obviously it's dark, but I think pretty much everybody's cleared out.
Let's check back in with Kayla. Kayla, were the protesters only on the north side of the State House? Was anybody around the east side or south side? I mean, or was the focus of activity on the north side tonight?
Yeah, Stacy, the focus on activity was on the north side tonight, which is a lot different than we've seen in the past few days. So they were on the north side, something new, but law enforcement, they were here and staged and ready to go.
Thank you to both KCCI's Kayla James, Chris Gothner, photographer Spencer Vaughn, and Adam Brower doing the hard work for us tonight up on Capitol Hill, the State Capitol Complex. We have had a situation there tonight. It looks like most of the protesters have left. The State Patrol has gone back across the street on the north side of the Capitol, and we will have more on this if anything happens coming up on KCCI 8 News this morning. They start at 4:30. Let's hope we have a quiet night. Stay healthy, everybody, and be well.